Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. I am really sorry that I could not give you an episode yesterday because, yeah, I got a little bit too busy yesterday, so couldn't find really good amount of time to come up with an episode. But hey, we could definitely cover up about the news that came out yesterday. We can definitely cover those news as well. So what do we have in this episode? Victor Osimhen, again, as I already mentioned to you guys that his move from Lille to Napoli is a very controversial one, which was supposed to be investigated more further because the price tag that he went to Napoli, how much money, what's the controversy about that? We're going to discuss about that in this episode. Robert Pires believes Arsenal should sign another defender, and of course, more things to come in this episode. So if you seek daily Arsenal content, you know what to do, bro. Subscribe. That's what you got to do. So the first news is, of course, Robert Pires has told Edu to go and get an English defender. Another one, he says, just like DJ Khaled would say, another one. So the Frenchman told the Mirror, he says, it is difficult, but in January, if Arsenal can spend money maybe on a defender, because I think our midfield and strikers are very good players. In my opinion, sign English players because we need English players in this squad, because when you play in the Premier League, you need a player like this. For example, in my time, I played with Tony Adams, Lee Dixon and Martin Keown, Ashley Cole, and this is the base for your team. They need to spend the money on a defender, in my opinion. English. I wish, because this is my club. I know for Mikel Arteta it's not easy, but they need to, with Edu, rebuild the team. I know they spent a lot of money during the transfer window. So I believe always in this club, they need to fight. This is the most important thing until the end. But the players need to fight and keep the spirit until the end with Arteta. Well, that's going to be the case. So let's see what happens. And as we speak about, let's talk about Renato Sanchez. So certain journalists went on and spoke to Renato Sanchez about his links. They asked him, are you linked with someone? That was such a simple question. So Sanchez said, maybe Milan and Arsenal are interested, but I don't know. I spoke with my agent. I know which clubs are calling and which are not. But I can't tell now. But I know I know I'm ready. If an offer comes in, I'll find out what's best for me. Many clubs were interested in the summer. When I sustained the injury, I understood that I would have to stay at Lille. It was all done with Barcelona. I think it all collapsed because of the injury. No, bro, that was God actually saving your career and saving you from going to Barcelona. Well, moving on, let's talk about Arteta, about the whole game. He says, on Monday, we'll start again. Review the match, the things that we should have done better, and understand the reason why we lost it. Then we'll correct it and focus completely on Newcastle. Well, Gabriel Magalhaes shares this image with the caption, painful defeat, but we keep our heads held high and focus for the next weekend. Thanks to all the fans for support. Now, without any further ado, let's talk about Victor Osimhen. So, what's the news? So, L'Equipe have broken down the much scrutinized transfer of Victor Osimhen from Lille to Napoli in the summer of 2020. Because they say that Lille only received 36 million euros out of 71.3 million euro fee. Now, what happened? So, according to the documents read by L'Equipe, the 10 million euros bonus brought up by Lopez. We'll talk about it. We'll talk about it in detail. But first, let us give you a context. Former Lille president Gerard Lopez had explained to RMC after the transfer that the transaction was set at 71.3 million euros, along with 10 million euros in potential bonuses. Speaking to a source, current president Oliver Letang reported the fee to be only 68 million euros, with the current club management indicating that only 10 million euros has been brought in by the Nigerians' move. Now, what is this all about? So, Gerard Lopez, the 10 million euros bonus brought up by Lopez is dependent on Napoli reaching the Champions League quarterfinals over the next 4 years. 2.5 million euros for every time the Italians reach the last 8. Okay. Part of the 71.3 million euros fee includes 20 million euros made up of 4 players, which went the opposite way. A transaction which allowed Napoli to ease their financial fair play obligations by registering incoming transfer fees. Gerard Lopez has accepted the offer as a result of the immediate cash injection it would provide, contrary to offers from other teams which would have paid in installments. One of these key players is goalkeeper Karnezis, who is currently injured and has played one match so far with Lille. The other three are Italian players whose contracts have been terminated and currently play in the lower leagues. All three young players were evidently sold for far beyond their worth, having been earning between 5,000 euros and 10,000 euros a month at the time of their sales. Lille were also made to pay out 3 million euros of the transfer fee to Osimhen's previous clubs in compensation. In addition, 8.3 million euros was paid out to Charleroi as a signing on fee. 6 million euros are to go towards agent fees, although these are currently blocked by the club, who are investigating the legal nature of these. Finally, Lille also paid interest on a loan from Banca Ifis, who billed the payment of the transfer fee in return for an interest rate of 4%. Lille received 40 million euros from Banca Ifis. According to an internal source, Osimhen brought in 36 million euros to the club, which greatly relieved its financial issues during the summer of 2020. So that is the breakdown of Victor Osimhen. Yeah. So moving on, another player that Arsenal are linked with, his name is Yanis Stoica, the next Kylian Mbappe, or should I call him the Romanian Kylian Mbappe. So Play Sport have claimed that Arsenal are interested in signing Romanian striker Yanis Stoica, who Arsenal have reportedly scouted for the last 2 months. What about Stoica? Who is he now? His age is 18, talented forward, born in Bucharest, Romania. He is a versatile player, currently plying his trade in FSCB, formerly known as Steaua Bucharest, often operating as a right winger or a striker, and on occasion as an attacking midfielder. So one of the very young prospects he is. His versatility is why he's being targeted. So yeah. Moving on, let's talk about more stuff. Let's talk about Emmanuel Petit. Now, Emmanuel Petit believes that Emile Smith-Rowe reminds him of Paul Gascoigne. He says, I think Smith-Rowe is improving because of his character, humility and desire. He's got a lot of ambition and he has so much support from the crowd because he plays with love on the pitch. He has shown so many qualities and improvement, just like Saka did, and they are the two best examples from the academy right now and could be the future of England as well. If Smith-Rowe can continue to improve on his statistics in terms of goals and assists and maintain his personality, then he can be Arsenal's number 10 for some time, but he needs to stay focused because he can go missing for 20 minutes here or there. But if he can do that, then he has a big future. He reminds me sometimes of Paul Gascoigne when he has the ball at his feet, and when he runs with it, he's a natural player in his mind and in his feet. His body language now compared to August has changed so much. You only have to look at his face to see it. So that is that, ladies and gentlemen. Let me know what you guys think about this whole comment from Emmanuel Petit. Moving on, so Jorge Mendes, Renato Sanchez's agent, is doing everything he can to help his client leave Lille. That's according to Calcio Mercato. Well, would you want Renato Sanchez at Arsenal? You've seen his injury record, you know what he's capable of, but would you want him to come to Arsenal? Let me know in the comments what you guys think about it. So, former Tottenham Hotspur striker Darren Bent has claimed Gareth Southgate would not be a good fit at Arsenal if Mikel Arteta was sacked. He says, if one of the top 4 jobs become available, I don't think he'd be in for the running of that. On a day-to-day basis, could he manage those elite players? It's all well and good when they come together for 10 days. But I think I agree with you with a lot of words. Him coming to Arsenal, I'd be a bit like, So, no, basically. We don't want him either. Moving on, so Hector Bellerin had seen a red card. Well, he was sent off for Real Betis as they beat Elche 3-0. Well, he's not our headache now, is he? Moving on, so Rio Ferdinand has opened up about Arsenal's system. He says, I actually went to Arsenal's training ground the other day. I had done a talk with somebody at the under-23s and some of the coaches there, and I got a sense that they are all on the same page. They are all singing from the same hymn sheet. They all have a genuine belief of where the club is going, from the youngsters to the young people to the young coaches, all the way up to the first team. So moving on, so here's a big boost for Arsenal about Berardi. Now, according to Calcio Mercato, Domenico Berardi could be sold by Sassuolo for £25 million. Well, The Italian winger has 2 years left remaining on his current contract, meaning 25 million pounds for someone as highly rated as Berardi seems like a steal. It is a steal. 25 million, get him. Don't even think about it. Don't even think about how fans are going to react. Just get Domenico Berardi if you get him for 25 million. Like, that's the best price. Like, it is the best price. So with this, I'd like to end this episode. Let me know what you guys think about it. Should we go for Victor Osimhen? That would definitely warrant us to pay a lot of money. Or should we go for this Yannis Stoica, who is the Romanian Kylian Mbappe? Or should we go for Domenico Berardi, Renato Sanchez? What do you guys think about Renato Sanchez? Let me know in the comments. I'll see you in the next one. Until then, cheers.